Widgets are the building block when coding with Flutter. They describe what their view should look like given their current configuration and state. When a widget's state changes, the widget rebuilds its description, which the framework diffs against the previous description in order to determine the minimal changes needed in the underlying render tree to transition from one state to the next. Next, we will build a simple calculator app. Now let's go back to our default counter app. Let's delete these comments. If you are not familiar with the comments, there are non-executable lines preceded by double hashes. Delete all these comments and the function as well. Scaffold widget will be the base for our. It came with a powerful UI design that divides the screen into an app bar at the top, body at the middle, and bottom sheet or bottom navigation bar. There are additional features like a draw and a floating action button. Delete the floating action button. Before dive into codes, let me illustrate what are we going to build. Suppose this is your app screen. First, we are going to split it into 3 zones: the upper part for history and currently running tasks, and the lower 2 for mathematical sign buttons, number buttons, and buttons to clear and delete. Start with a column, a list of widgets arranged in a vertical position. Use the flexible widget to divide the screen into 2 parts. The sum of the flex values equals the total number of divisions. Upper flexible for history and currently running tasks. Let's begin with the lower flexible widget. We need a column that contains 2 rows, one for numbers and delete and clear buttons, and the lower one for signs buttons. Define a text button that takes a function to be triggered on press and a widget as a child to be shown to users. Here we will use a simple text widget for numbers. Wrap the text button with a card widget. We can copy and paste this card for all the numbers, but let's use the Grid View Builder so we won't be needing to repeat ourselves. Grid View Builder is a widget that returns a child and repeats it in rows and columns. We need 3 columns to show the numbers from 1 to 9, so the cross-axis count will take 3 as a parameter. Let's copy and paste the card above. We haven't used the flexible widgets. Let's go back and fix that. Now replace the text value with the index value. Our 9 buttons are ready but start from 0, not 1. We need to fix that by adding 1 to the index. Next, we move to the lower row for sign buttons. We will use them for basic arithmetic signs, which are addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Copy and paste the button card. Again, let's use the flexible widget. Now let's replace the text values with our arithmetic signs. In the next step, we need a column to show delete, clear, and equal signs. Go to the first flexible widget. Wrap Grid View with a row. Copy and paste the button card. Replace the values C for clear, D for delete, and equals for equal sign. Wrap all widgets with a flexible widget so your widget won't overflow and fit into the available space. We are almost done with the lower part. To organize our code, let's make a widget that returns the button to avoid repetition. The function will take an onPress function and title. Replace all cards with our new function and assign the corresponding values. we can define the height and width of the button. Wrap the text button with a container so you can use the decoration to change the button's appearance as you desire. You can also achieve that using the button parameter, but our main goal is to make you familiar with many widgets as possible. We want our button to change size according to screen size. So we can use media query, which gives us the current context size. We can use the size values to customize your buttons accordingly. It's a simple calculation for much of the screen size you want your button to take. Let's give a style for our buttons and text, like the color and font size. Remove the flex value so it can take the minimum space. Also, some padding will be beautiful. We are done with the lower section. Next, we move to the upper section that contains the calculation history and the currently running task. Define a container and make some adjustments using the decoration feature. Use a border and border radius of 20. Give some padding. Now define a list builder. It's the same as the grid view, but returns the given child as a list in one column. Give some styling to the returned child. Our user interface is now ready. Let's make our calculator up and running in the next session.